Hi guys, welcome back to our channel where we do all things pet care related and about van life and a few other things that we think of. This is Spike here, and I have two other dogs that we van life full time with, and my significant other Jeff. And so probably a few guys are new to my channel, and some of you guys have been here a long time, and you're like, whatever happened to that girl? That one channel I used to watch, and she hasn't put out a video in a while. Yeah, that'd be me. And you guys are probably, a few of you I know personally, and a few friends on here, and long-time subscribers, and they're probably all wondering where is she, how are they doing? For us, actually, we're doing okay. For me, work has just dried up. It being a pet care specialist, dog walker, pet sitter, groomer, training, pet taxi, pet sit, if I didn't already say that, all that's pretty much dried up right now with this coronavirus thing. So no work for me because everyone's either working from home, or they are home, or they are not traveling, all that sort of stuff. So for me, I've had no work. But Jeff, on the other hand, who does gardening and landscaping, he's still getting to work, and I always go to work with him and help him out. So that's kind of cool. At least gives me something to do, and I'm really good at the landscaping stuff too, so that's good. We're doing okay. We're doing good, and we're doing pretty good. For some things, our life hasn't really changed that much, really, because I guess we're kind of introverts / recluse. More Jeff than I am. I like to socialize and then not do it for a couple weeks, and then I like to socialize and then not do it for a couple weeks. I get drained from it, but I do like getting out and about, whereas Jeff's like, I hate everybody. I have 2 friends. That's all I like. Whereas me, I always want more friends, I guess, and I don't really get to see anybody too often because everybody has moved away or they're really busy. So we socialize a lot with our clients, which are all almost like extended family to us. Parking's been a little bit different on the streets because everybody is home. So trying to find parking for a van for living full time in, it's not been too bad, but we have noticed some of our spots, there's always cars. So parking's been a little bit hard in that department. Not impossible, but we live in a pretty populated city. We live in the Bay Area, California. So a good chunk of those people are all home right now, which is good. They're sheltering in place. We've been pretty healthy. Jeff actually had this coronavirus thing in November of last year, 2019. But we didn't even know it was a thing then. He just was really sick for a month and a half. And it seemed kind of like pneumonia, flu, cold kind of scenario. And I just accounted it to he's that person when he's really stressed or really depressed or doesn't want to do stuff that he'll feel sick, make himself sick. How some people, when they don't want to do things, all of a sudden they get in their head or when they're over a lot of stress or whatever, they just feel sick. So I just thought that's just, he's fine. He's just not getting over being sick because he's just not wanting to, or I thought because he smokes. True, he vapes, he does the Juul, the e-cigarettes and stuff like that. So I just thought because of that, maybe he just can't get over this cold that he had back in November. And, I just thought it wasn't serious enough to go to the doctor or anything. And I was like, he'll just wake up and it'll be gone one day. Because that's what can happen, You can be sick one day and the next day you could wake up and be like, I feel so much better, So I just thought, half of it's all in his head. I don't know. So it seemed like he had it back in November, and we didn't really know what he had, and it was just we don't have medical, we don't have money for doctors and shit like that. So we just, sucked it up. It wasn't that severe. It was bad, but not that bad. So anyways, so yeah, he already had it before it was even like a thing, you know, so it was crazy. And I've read a lot online and stuff that it actually was kind of more started back like maybe even in October or most likely November of last year. And it's not till like all of a sudden, like January that they brought it to light in a way. So that kind of sucked because it's like if he knew that then, maybe we would have done things differently, you know. So I guess he could have been out there infecting everybody for all we know. I got barely sick. I like during that time when he was sick. I only got maybe. I just felt I went for like a 6 mile run in the rain, which I know is not a good idea. But I had such a good time with the dogs, and I went for 6 miles, and that probably was the longest I ever ran in my whole life. And at that point, I could make it like 4 miles, but I felt so good that day, and so I was like, let's keep going. And we just had such a good time, and we went on the trail, and I went with Gavin and Kaylee, and we got back, and I changed out of my clothes, and then I just thought my temperature felt funny because we were running in the rain and cool down, and I changed all my clothes right away because, you know, when you live in the van life, you're ready to change your clothes at any moment because your whole wardrobe's with you at all times. So it was so easy just to hang up everything, and then as the day went on, I started to feel a little like run down, and I just was run down for a couple days, and I just thought because I overdid it on that run or something. So, and then maybe we had some other stress or something. So I just thought, just a little worn out. I was a little tired, and then maybe that only lasted like a few days for me, and then that was it, you know. So I don't know if I had it or not. But bring us back to current day. We've been doing pretty good. I finally found out what I want to do with my life. I had wanted to do van builds because I've had my pet care business for 11 years. I love it, but I am so bored of it. And a lot of things have changed in my industry over the last couple years. The whole Wag and Rover, and then even on Nextdoor, like everybody raises their hand and now they want to walk and pet to everyone's dog. So they just think everyone can do it, which I don't think is true. You know, I think you gotta know a lot actually. And so with also Wag and Rover of everybody signing up to do that, it just killed my workflow honestly. And every house started to have cameras, which is fine, but it's kind of like they're watching your every single second move. So even if you are taking the dogs out on schedule, feeding them on schedule, walking them, doing everything right, but because they saw you sit down for like 10 minutes and watch TV or look on your phone or whatever, they're like, they weren't like petting my dog nonstop or something. So just things like that too have also like made it a little more of a hassle to kind of like do my work. You know, you don't feel like you could really be there. You just feel like you're being watched all the time. It's kind of weird, creepy. So I was kind of tired of like being in people's houses too a little bit, because it's different with the clients I've had forever, because some of them have been watching me forever and they only, you know, where the cameras are, and you're like, oh, they're not going to be watching me in in the bathroom or wherever. You know, some of them, you know, aren't creepers like that. But when it's a new client, you don't know. They could be creepers like that, you know, because you don't really know them yet. So anyways, stuff like that. It's just that. And then, you know, I live in an area where you have to charge a lot. But then all these apps came along, and because they wanted to just make money off of everybody, they killed the industry. And what people who do this as their career, their profession, their passion, now, even if they have a lot of experience, can't really be charging that higher rate, because everybody else is going to go to these apps that just charge a lot less, and those apps are just about making money. So it's really terrible. Or they've heard so many horror stories where clients are so apprehensive now, and I've been in this industry for 11 years, so I've seen it all, you know. So it's like, you know, over the last couple of years I've kind of been ready to like leave it and do something else, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. You know, I'm good at a lot of things, but what can I make money off of, you know? So I thought, I'm going to go do van builds. Well, and I wanted to go do it for a company and learn a lot, you know, and then maybe branch off, have my own business. So for that to happen, I wanted to move because I was sick of living in the Bay Area. Okay, lived here my whole life. Moved away, came back a million times. So I wanted to move away and get hired on by one of those van build companies. But then kind of did a lot of research, a lot of soul searching, and I don't know how it came to be. The other thing I like doing, I like houses and like redecorating and all that. So I got to really doing a lot of thinking and soul searching, and I came up with the idea to be a home stager. What they do is they go to people's homes that are ready, they want to sell their home, and they're like, I want to sell this for a lot of money. So a home stager, there's Gavin, by the way, my red dog. A home stager comes in, they tell you what you need to do to your house to bring in X more money for it. So they will help you. They'll tell you, like, okay, you need to repaint these walls. You can't have no purple walls. You can't have this crazy curtains. Like, you need to streamline your house, clear out the clutter. We'll bring in a few nicer pieces of furniture, and they just make it look almost like those homes that you see on the HGTV, like the before and after. Just like that, basically, is what a home stager does. Get your house ready to sell. So I wanted to do that. I like interior decorating, but I thought the home staging would be a lot better, and we have a hot industry for that where I live. The market, there's a huge need for it. There's not like a ton of people that do it. There are some people that do, but it's not like super saturated market. People have money to do that here, so I thought I'm gonna stay and be a home stager. So I was getting ready, I was doing all my planning. I was like, oh, I know what school I want to go to for this, like what online courses, what certifications I need. Then this coronavirus thing happened. And I just was so bummed for a few weeks, and it's like our life just stopped. And I was like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do now? I can't even do my pet care business. You know, I wanted to already get out of it, and now it's like I can't even really continue it, because even after this, I'm like, how's it going to be affected? It's going to be affected more than it did in the last recession of 2008, 2009. Now, I started my pet care business during that recession, so I know how it can affect it and what I need to do to keep it afloat. And I was like, I don't know if I want to go through all that again, especially because I want to be leaving it and doing something else, you know? And so I was so bummed and kind of crushed, and knowing it's going to be months and months and months before like this stay in place ban is lifted, or until the economy gets somewhat okay, you know? And I was just like, now what do I do? I mean, I'm good at a lot of things, but what's something that is kind of recession proof, something that I enjoy doing, something that I can do with little overhead, little cost? And I kind of just got, I don't know, thinking, and I was like, I could do professional organizing, because I am really good at that. I have a knack for that too. I am kind of jack of all trades, master of none. I am very much a chameleon, very adaptable. There's so many skills, you know, that I can do, and I can learn a lot of things really easily, especially if it's like hands-on stuff. So I decided to be a professional organizer, and I do feel like it is something that is recession proof, because it's something that you can adjust your rates as the market gets better or kind of goes down, things like that. It makes way more than I currently make, which is also what I wanted to do, because my goal in life is always to try to work less but be able to charge more, because I want to enjoy life. I would rather be a little bit poor and just enjoy life, you know what I mean? Because you don't ever get back that time, you know? I want to be there for my dogs, they're my kids, my life, my everything. And it's hard on Jeff when I work a lot. So it's nice to have that work-life family balance kind of thing. So it's something that doesn't consume, I mean, it can consume your life, having your own business. It does. But some businesses are a little easier to have selected hours and be like, all right, these are the hours and the days and times I'm working, and you can schedule that and you're good. Whereas pet care is like around the clock, 7 days a week, you know, you've got to be there when they need you to be there, you know? So yeah, so I'm in the process of, I don't have to be certified, but kind of looking into schools for that. And what I can do in this downtime so that as soon as this ban gets lifted, I can hit the ground running and already have everything ready for my business and get going with that. Maybe some of it I could even do right now, hopefully, for like maybe the people that I personally know, some of my clients, Jeff's clients, that sort of stuff. So, and so that's kind of, I guess, a bit about me. All the dogs are good. They're all the usual antics, usual stuff. It sucks because of this ban stay in place thing. We haven't really been able to go for a hike, and we usually do that a couple times a week. So that part's kind of sucked. Jeff's doing okay. He's his usual self, you know. Yeah, that's just that. We're not here to talk about Jeff. We're here to talk about me, because it's all about me, right? No, but the dogs are doing pretty good, you know. Yeah, they're doing pretty good. Spike's getting older because he's like 11 years old now, so you know his sight's going. He has a heart murmur. He has knee problems. He's still got that liver issue. His eyes are like, you know, not the best. Sounds like he's falling apart, but you look at him and he's just like, acts like a 6-year-old dog or something. People are always like, what? It's crazy. Anyways, so everything with us is pretty good. It's amazing how it's been 1 year of us living in the van with the 3 dogs and Jeff. Like, somehow we survived a year of this so far and not killed each other. How that's been possible, I don't know. Some days I don't know, you know, but some days are really good to where it's like, yeah, let's do this forever, but in reality it's like, no, this is hard. You know, I don't recommend it to anybody. Not long term, you know. So we're just kind of getting our ducks in the row the best we can to try and be able to move into a place eventually, you know. So everything else is like good and normal for us, usual. So I hope everything is the same with you guys. And thank you guys always for watching. And I'm about to put out a video soon, so make sure to look out for that, about starting a new business in a recession. Yeah, that'd be a pretty cool video. So if you want to know more things, comment, whatever, subscribe and hit the bell, because then you'll know when I put out these random videos like I do. So, because I don't have a schedule, because I'm self-employed, so the rest of my life happens when it happens. Yeah. Anyways, take care, you guys, and I hope you're all doing well, and I hope everything is good in your guys' world, and we'll all get through this. And I've kind of enjoyed a lot of this, like, calmer style of life lately, honestly. But yeah, I think I'm gonna get going before this battery runs out. So talk to you guys all later, and take care.